Hey, everybody, it's Mama Doll, proud founder of the Black Doll Affair. How are you? So let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things. You know what comes, I don't have to tell you about the good stuff with sex. But let's talk about the bad stuff that comes with sex. This is really for my baby dolls, right? And the old fools. So y'all pull up a chair. Pull up. Tell your friends to pull up. Rule number one of having sex with him or her, or they or them. This ain't judgment. Do you or them? Anyway, don't have sex with someone because you think you're gonna get them. No. Listen, I'm not talking about any other relationship other than man-woman relationship because that's the one I specialize in. I am a heterosexual woman that loves to engage. But properly and well. And so that's rule number one. Don't do it because you think that's the way to get them. It's not. It's the way to have them that night, but it's not the way to keep them. Okay? You're pulling a number, not a man. 2, wait. Wait. Zip it up. Wait. Wait. And why do you wait? I wait 6 months. I do. You got 6 months before you can get into me. 6 months. That's my rule of thumb. Why 6 months? Now, these are old school rules that I got from my mama, but they work. So do with them what you will with any advice I give you. But here's the deal. 6 months. 6 months gives a man time to work all the stuff out that he's been doing before you got there. Time to tell Becky and Veronica and Felicia and them that there is a new sheriff in town, right? That's got to work itself out. Time gives you the opportunity to find out if he's worth your time, right? It's all good in the honeymoon stage, but what if you give it up and you realize that you don't even really like him, and yet you've let him in, right? So time gives you time to figure out if you like him. The other reason you wait is you make him invest in you, right? Most men out here are on dating apps and they are busy, and that's fine, because here's the other thing. If they're too young, and when I say too young, I mean under the age of 40. Just saying. If they're too young, there's still stuff they've got to work out. There's still stuff they got to go do. There's still people they got to go see, or flip that, right? Time. So just make sure he's old enough. Because when they're old enough, they're wise enough. There's nothing better than to be with a man on a Friday night at home doing nothing, right? And he's not fidgeting, looking at his phone, wondering what he's missing out on. The club, the homies getting together, the game, all the things. Nothing better than a seasoned man sitting on the sofa in your house, in your dollhouse, on your sofa, or y'all's sofa, however that works, happily in that place. Nothing like it. But he needs time to get there, because he also needs to know if you're worth his while. This thing goes both ways. But I think the biggest reason you should wait, and again, I'm a 6-monther, you do whatever, but give it some time. And when I say time, at least 3 months before you get in bed with a man. At least. Give it some time, because when you give it time and he has invested in you and he has decided you're worthy of his time and you've decided he's worthy of your time, and you have both, here's the other thing, I don't want to leave this one out, you've both exchanged STD tests. Yes, you have got to do that, because you give up your body for a man that isn't worth your time, that can't afford your value, and then he leaves you with an STD, one that hopefully you can get rid of. Right? So wait for those test results to come back. Very important. That's probably number one. right? Wait for you. The other reason, before I'm getting to the big one, but the other reason you want to wait is the longer you're with somebody, the more you get to know them, right? You give your body to somebody, and then surprise, I'm moving to Alaska. Or surprise, I got a family back in Alaska. Or surprise, I like to swing, right? And listen, swingers don't come for me. Swing your way in and swing your way out. That ain't why I called either. But when you wait, people, the longer you talk, the more they talk, the more you learn. Zip it up and listen. You can only do that in time. 6 months for me gives me time to know if he is worthwhile, if he's the one. But more than that, quick story. I gave a guy 6 months. He ended up giving me his ring. But he went through all those steps that we just spoke about. But here's why the 6 month thing, which he wasn't, of course they're going to try to talk you out of that. Like, come on, babe, right? And he did that. And that's normal. That's fine. But that 6 month window gave me time to do all of that. But more than that, it gave us time to confirm that I am right for him and he is right for me. And so this particular Ken doll that I'm speaking of, we were 5.5 months in, and I got sick. And there was a big sports event that he was going to. He had buddies flying into town, and he was going to go with them for the big game. And I got sick. And so they were going on a Sunday to the big game. Friday night I got sick, and he said, well, I'll just let's cancel the plans. I'll sleep over tonight. And I said, okay. Again, no sex. And so we slept over. We enjoyed each other's company and had a beautiful night. And even though I was sick. And then Saturday, I got even sicker. And I had been used to dating men who weren't putting me first. And so Saturday when I got sick, I thought, oh God, I'm so sick. And he canceled work because he had a bar and called off all the things that Saturday and stayed with me. And then Sunday morning, we woke up and I felt even worse, sweaty, didn't want to get out of bed. And I rolled over and I said to him, I said, listen, before you go, will you run to the grocery store and pick up some things? Because I don't see myself wanting to leave the house at all today. I'm not feeling better, and I just want to sleep all day. And he looked at me and he said, who you been dating? And I just kind of looked at him and he goes, what man would leave his woman sick at home alone? And I just kind of looked at him like, yeah, there's a novel idea, right? But I let him talk. I let him cook, as y'all would say. And he said, Dana, I'm not going. I'll cancel with the guys. And I was like, no, you can't do that. And he's like, no, you're my number one priority. Ta-da! That's what you want. That's what you want. You want to be their number one priority. When you get that, then you let them cook. You let them play. You let them go all out. I'm Mama Doll, proud founder of the Black Doll Affair. Wait. Tell the others.